Anyway, this is a little card trick I made called Swapped. You'll see one in a little bit. It uses a card case, a red deck, and a mini blue deck. So what you do is you just you first take the blue deck, the mini blue deck, and you go through showing that the cards you know are normal. You say pick a card, it doesn't really matter. They can let's take this one. So they take it, they turn it over. It's the 9 of hearts. So what you tell them to do is put the 9 of hearts face down inside the case, and then you just shut the case and leave it there. So the mini blue 9 of hearts is inside the case. Then what you do, well, you say, well, since you picked that card out of the blue deck, I should be able to pick a card out of the red deck. So what you do is just get any card. Let's use this one out of the red deck. You say, oh, let's see what it is before we take it out completely. It is the 6 of clubs. You can just take that out and put that down now. So now what you do is just put down the red deck, right? And the 6 of clubs you just take up, right? And you say watch. This is the cool part. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And what happens is it just automatically turns teeny. And in that instant, not only did that turn teeny, but the card that was in here, the 9, actually, if I can get this out, turned big. So now what we have, I'm going to move this away, is a large blue 9 of hearts that came from this deck and a mini 6 that came from this deck. So what we're going to do now, what you say is that even though the cards have switched sizes, they still come from the decks that they came from. So you want to show the bondage between the decks and their cards. So what you do is you take first the 6, right? And you can put that in the deck somewhere. It doesn't even matter. So you have the red 6 that came from this deck. It's now in here, even though it's shrunken. And all you do is you just take the deck and you just sprinkle the cards out right there on the table. You just kind of, it's a big pile. Then you say you take the 9. It's blue. You're going to put that the deck that it didn't come from. So the 9 then goes in, that you just slip it in anywhere. And what you want to show is that the 9 is actually the 9. It's not some phony card. You can push that in. About right there. That seems good. And so what we do now, after it's pushed in, that's that card, you just set the 9 down. Okay, and you snap your fingers. And what should happen is that the 9 now is red. Not blue, the 9 is red. And so what you can do is you can actually just take out, the 9, and it's not even big anymore. It's a teeny card. Not only that, but this card now is the 6 that actually came from there. And the only way for that to happen is now if the 9 went into the blue pile. And if we look in here, right about there, we can actually pull out a card, a giant card, from in the pile. And if we take a look at this card, you can see that this card is in fact the 9. So what we have is now the 9 and the 6, and they've switched places. Anyway, that's the card trick I made. It's called Swapped. Also, I didn't use any like video magic. I didn't stop the camera and start it again. And I didn't switch out any cards, the entire magic trick as well. Okay, I hope you enjoyed.